I'm so excited for today's chat because I feel like this is something that it's embarrassing is what just came to me, but it's almost like we don't want to admit that we have feelings of jealousy or comparison or judgment towards other people, but like let's be honest, we're human. We all have it. We all go through it, and I feel like hey beautiful, welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self-awakening journey. This is your weekly sanctuary for waking up from autopilot and transforming the way you approach life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It is my mission to help you heal unprocessed emotions and release stuck energies by alchemizing your struggle cycles into opportunities for deep self-love, awareness, trust, and connection, to return to your innate essence of being, stepping back into your energy of alignment. Because here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light, embodying all parts that make you, you. So if you are ready to get to the root of cultivating real change, get cozy, grab your journal and maybe favorite crystals, and let's discover our power within together. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Naturally Empowered Living podcast. Oh, I'm so excited for today's chat because I feel like this is something that it's embarrassing is what just came to me, but it's almost like we don't want to admit that we have feelings of jealousy or comparison or judgment towards other people, but like let's be honest, we're human. We all have it. We all go through it, and I feel like even if you are in a space to where you're a lot better, quote unquote, than you were in the past, like you're still going to up level to new scenarios in your life. You're going to have new experiences within your life that are going to bring on, those feelings in a whole different capacity. What was that quote that I just heard the other day? Oh, what was it? And reaching the next level brings on a different devil or something like that. And just in the terms of, you may have surpassed or accomplished said goal, but we're always evolving, we're always growing, and that's just the beautiful evolution of this life experience. So today's chat is like a twofold episode on how to respond when we have these feelings of jealousy, the comparison, the judgment, that energy when it comes in and floods us, right? Now, this can of course be directed towards yourself or others, but how I'm going to be describing the majority of this episode will be in the light of when you are casting projections of the jealousy, comparison, judgment on other people, or like, being jealous of something else. It's not so much like the inner battle, but this is where it gets everything turns back to the inside, right? Like everything comes back to the inner awareness, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So okay, let's jump in. You've probably heard me say on the show, or you've heard somewhere, along the lines that your reality and how you perceive it is a direct mirror back onto yourself. So like what annoys you in someone else is something that annoys you about yourself, even if like you don't act that way currently because possibly you've shoved it so far deep under the rug that that's not a part of you right now. But it is a piece of you that you have shoved so far away, right? Or how you just can't stand someone. And it's just like, oh, this is something that I really can't stand in myself. However, a lot of times we aren't aware and we're not accepting to turn that mirror on ourselves, right? Or even when you see someone else successful, you immediately cast judgments on them. Oh, they're privileged. Oh, they're faking it. They're desperate and asking for money, or what, all these stories, that we are creating for ourselves. When in reality, seeing that person successful, seeing that story, that journey, it's eating you up because you possibly want what they want, or you want to be living in that fulfillment or whatever story you're creating for yourself. Again, if like you're seeing it on social media, you probably aren't getting the whole truth as it is. Like you probably aren't seeing the struggle, or you probably aren't seeing the countless, failed attempts before they quote unquote made it to what success looks like for them. But it's pulling out a limiting belief in you, in yourself, and this person or this circumstance is bringing what you are struggling with. It's bringing it to light. I know I'm talking really fast, but if you can't tell, if you are new here, welcome. If you're new to the show, welcome. I'm so thankful that you have found your way to this show. I talk fast when I get excited. I talk fast when I get excited, and I just feel like everything we talk about, I'm excited. So the high energy here. I am just so excited to jump in because this message came so clear to me. And I was like, we need to talk about this on the show. So maybe this is something that you need to work through, grow through right now. Maybe it's a good reminder, but let's jump in. Let's jump into the first bucket of this episode of seeing this jealousy or this judgment in a different energetic light. So let's shift this perspective, okay? Let's shift this perspective of woe's me, or they're just privileged, or whatever excuses, whatever stories you're making up for yourself. Let's shift this energetic light, okay? Because if you've had these feelings of jealousy, or you're feeling not enough, or feeling like you just can't be happy or inspired by someone else's success, you may be feeling these feelings from a limiting belief, a pattern or a struggle cycle that you're going through consciously or unconsciously, a behavioral pattern, just a way of thinking that has been conditioned into your mindset loop. Gosh, when was the last time we talked about a mindset loop on here, right? But just a way of thinking that's just turned habitual, and that's just your thought process that maybe through a little neuroplasticity, you could shine some light on rewiring a couple things. But listening to, said story or said success, listening to that person, and it's bringing all these feelings, all this anger, it's just like bubbling inside of you. Rather than playing that negative cycle on repeat in your head, or maybe even externally outward, like through body language, or even having that conversation, you can make a simple shift, and it can make all the difference. The simple act of putting yourself in the energy of whatever successes you're listening to, or whatever story or person, whatever you're listening to, putting your energy in that energy field, in a space of aspiration and inspiration, allowing it to expand you. This is a term called expander energy, and I forget where I heard it from, but I absolutely loved it. I loved it because I'm going to be fully transparent. Like, a lot of times, me and social media don't have the best relationship. There's things I'm working through. There's those limiting beliefs with me with social media. I get instantly overwhelmed. I struggle sometimes with sharing because of this specific thing. I feel that if I'm sharing, something about me or something about my work, even though I know, like, I'm sharing from a place of pure, just, I want to help you. I want to help you thrive. I want to help you, step into your energy of alignment. I want to help you break the ties, break your cycles, and really love every aspect of yourself. But sometimes I don't share things because I'm like, someone's going to see it as, I'm trying to brag or whatever. So when I heard this, I'm making a safe container. I'm making this container for expander energy. I was like, I love it. I absolutely love it. So by listening to and allowing this expander energy, this energy to expand into yours, you are naturally raising your own vibration. You are raising your own frequency. You are stepping into your energy of alignment if you allow it to be viewed that way. Allowing this energy to expand into yours, allowing yourself to step into your energy of alignment, to check the path of your story, to check your narratives as you are listening to whatever you are listening to, whatever might be triggering you into those feelings of jealousy or judgments. You can view that story, that person, as an expander for you, allowing it to be a vision holder for you, for the fact that you can have these things too. It might not be relevant. You might not even want what this person wants, but it's giving you that visionary, that it's allowing you to expand, right? Expand your visions because you can have these things too. You can. Nobody has more access than you. Nobody has more luck than you. We can all tap into a higher frequency and step into our energy of alignment with our higher selves. We could step into alignment with our higher selves, trusting and knowing that things happen when they are supposed to. And we're just on this ride. We're on this ride, setting our alignment up clearing the path, clearing the stagnation, for these things to come into our life in their destined timing. Beautiful. Now, the second bucket to this conversation is seeing these judgments or this jealousy as an opportunity to connect with yourself. We're kind of going back to the mirror thing, but follow me here. You can sit with those feelings of the jealousy, the judgments, the comparisons, and learn how to welcome them in, because ultimately they are windows into what is blocking you. They are mirroring something within you. So when you allow the awareness of this feeling or this emotion to be and to surface, rather than sulking in it and allowing it to consume you versus processing whatever it is of why you're feeling the way you're feeling, you can begin to look at your thoughts or your behaviors as an opportunity to heal. Example, having a judgment on someone who is sharing about their success or losing a set amount of weight, for example. You might be thinking like, gosh, I've been trying to lose weight for, oh my gosh, so long, and they must have good genetics. Or they don't have kids. I swear it's the kids' uneaten snacks of why I can't lose weight. Or they must be taking a pill. I refuse to take weight loss medication. Like, you could choose to sulk in that, or you can become the observer of your thoughts and start a conversation with yourself. Oh, that's an interesting judgment. Let's look into this with curiosity. There's going to be some healing that happens here, and this is great. Like, I've learned to see adversity or challenges or struggle cycles of my own, or like uncovering a new limiting belief. I'm like, yes, let's do this. More healing, more growth. Let's get out of my own way, right? I wouldn't use the word as like it's fun. However, there is like excitement and eagerness to like, let's get into it now. Like, let's get through this. And we never want to shame ourselves for having a judgment, because it's coming from a part of us that needs attention. By shaming ourselves, we're just pushing it under the rug and letting that cycle continue. Okay? So if it's a limiting belief, if it's a fear, if it's an excuse, it's what we do around having that judgment. I always tell my kids, I know I've shared this before, I always tell my kids, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be sad. It's how you react and respond to that feeling of sadness or anger. The hitting is not okay. But you could lean into how you're feeling or why you're feeling the way you're feeling and choose a different response. Okay? It's the action. It's the, the cause and effect, I guess you could say. But hopefully, coming back to where we're talking here, hopefully we could get to a place of inspiration from working through that feeling of judgment or comparison or jealousy. So takeaways here. I know we just rapid fired through here. Takeaways. Number 1, shifting your energy into a space of expander energy, shifting that perspective, allowing that energy to align with your highest good, to bring your clarity and your inspiration or your direction into what you desire, what's destined for you. Just let yourself sit in that expander energy. Number 2, welcome all parts of you with compassion. Get curious when you have some not so positive thoughts or behaviors or cycles come up. Allow them to surface, sit with them, be able to work through them, converse with them. Number 3, see your struggle cycles as opportunities to deepen your self-awareness, your self-love, your self-connection, and your self-trust. I hope this episode resonated with you in some capacity. If it has, share it to your stories. Let's do it. I'm really trying with social media to just have just that presence of like, I'm me. This is me. And I don't know. I've just been in a different energy space lately, and I would be so excited, so appreciative for you to share this episode to your Instagram stories, tag me at Naturally Empowered Living, or that if that's not your thing, totally fine. You could share this episode with a loved one, in whatever capacity feels good to you. Or if it just resonated with you, shoot me a message and tell me. Like, I would love to hear from you. And if you're looking to dive deeper into this work, in releasing stuck energies, in releasing unprocessed emotions, to work through your mental health struggles, consider booking a free clarity call with me if it feels good to you. I will link that link to book in the show notes below, and stay connected, my friends. I am sending you so much love. I hope that you can take something away from this episode that just deeply, deeply resonated with you. And until next week, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and so much light.
Did you find this episode freeing or empowering? Please read my review. Tickle, 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 boop.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. If this episode brought you closer to stepping into your energy of alignment, I'd love for you to leave a written review and share how this show has supported your journey. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps others find this space of transformation. And sharing it with someone who might need it spreads the ripple of healing even further. Be sure to check the show notes for ways to connect with me and explore personalized healing sessions and mentorships to deepen your self-awakening journey. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.